Chosen one, have you ever sat in the silence of your own thoughts wondering why, after all this time, God has kept you single? Have you questioned the reason why every relationship fades, collapses, or simply never starts? No matter how much you have prayed or tried, it is not a coincidence, it is not rejection, it is divine timing, and it has everything to do with who you are and what you are called to. You did not click on this video by chance. This message reached you at the perfect moment, just when your mind was seeking the confirmation it was waiting for. You see, being set apart often feels like isolation, but in truth, it is sacred protection. God has preserved you for something rare, something powerful. And today, I am going to reveal exactly why this season of singleness is part of your divine mission. By the end, you will see your life, your waiting, and even your past relationships in a completely different light. Before we begin, type "I break singleness" in the comments if you know deep down that this message is for you. Subscribe, click the notification bell, and share this video with another chosen one, so they can also receive what they were meant to hear. Number 1. Recognizing your calling in singleness. Chosen one, the first truth you must embrace is this: your singleness is not a flaw to fix, but a calling to honor. Many will not understand this because the world has taught us to see singleness as a temporary stage, something to pass through quickly on the way to a relationship. But for you, this season is not a waiting room, it is a training ground. From the beginning, God placed His mark on you. You have always been different. And deep down, you know it. Even as a child, you felt the call to something greater, something that pulled you away from the ordinary. And because of that, your path was never going to look like everyone else's. Where some could easily settle into relationships, God did not let you. He protected your heart, your time, and your attention for a reason that goes beyond what you can fully see right now. You see, relationships are not just about companionship. They are spiritual alliances. They bind destinies, merge callings, and intertwine spiritual missions. For someone with your calling, God cannot allow you to be bound to the wrong person. Even a well-intentioned but spiritually misaligned partner can derail your destiny. That is why doors you thought were right closed without warning. That is why people you thought were permanent suddenly disappeared. It was not because you were not good enough. It was because you are chosen, and God refuses to let anything dilute your mission. Think about it. How many times have you felt a connection with someone, a spark, only for that spark to fizzle out quickly? How many times have you thought this is the one, only to see the relationship unravel before it even took root? It is not random. It is divine intervention. God may allow your heart to feel a connection, but if that person cannot walk with you to the next level of your calling, He will sometimes remove them abruptly. In your singleness, God is shaping your discernment. That is the ability to see beyond charm, attraction, and superficial compatibility to perceive the spiritual reality behind a person. The chosen must have sharpened spiritual vision because their partner will be more than a companion. They will be a collaborator in the kingdom. God knows that if you commit to someone too soon before this discernment is mature, you risk attaching yourself to someone who seems perfect but is wrong for your spirit. That is also why you have gone through periods of deep separation where you withdrew from social circles, lost interest in dating, and even felt a sacred dissatisfaction with the idea of settling just to conform. In those moments, God was removing the noise so you could hear His voice more clearly. The less you are distracted by wrong relationships, the more you can grow into the fullness of your mission. And let us be honest, chosen one, your mission is heavy. God is not just preparing you to be someone's spouse. He is preparing you to carry influence, to speak truth, to bring healing, to shift atmospheres wherever you go. You cannot access that kind of power without going through seasons of refinement. And refinement often happens in solitude. While others fill their time with constant companionship, you are being trained in silence. During this time, God is also teaching you the value of your own presence. Many chosen ones fall into the trap of thinking their worth increases when they are in a couple. But the truth is that your worth was established before you were even born. Singleness allows you to see yourself through God's eyes, complete, whole, lacking nothing. When you understand this, You stop attracting relationships out of loneliness and start attracting them from abundance. I want you to notice something about your journey so far. Every relationship that ended, every door that closed, every person who left, it all drew you closer to God. It removed distractions and led you to a place where you could hear Him more clearly. It is not failure, it is alignment. God has built a version of you capable of standing strong with or without human companionship. In this season, pay attention to how God is equipping you. You may feel drawn to new spiritual practices, studying the Word more deeply, discovering hidden talents, or feeling a stronger sense of your purpose. This is your preparation. The work you do now will not be wasted. When the time comes and God sends your kingdom partner, you will meet them as a complete person, grounded in purpose and not desperate for validation. Remember, chosen one, your calling is too important to be rushed. If you feel behind in life because you are still single, understand this. You are not behind. You are on time, God's time, and His timing is perfect. The very thing you are waiting for will arrive neither too early nor too late, but exactly when you and your partner are ready to walk in unity without compromise. Until then, do not despise your singleness. Recognize it as the sacred season it is. It is where God shapes your heart, sharpens your spirit, and prepares you to carry the weight of your destiny. You are not overlooked. You are set apart, and the same God who called you into this season will lead you out when the work is done. Number 2, spiritual protection and energy preservation. Chosen one of the deepest reasons God has kept you single is that your spirit carries a weight not everyone can handle, and not everyone should be allowed to touch. You are not just made of flesh and blood. You are a spiritual vessel, carrying light, wisdom, and authority. A wrong connection can drain that light faster than you realize, and the enemy knows it. So God has placed a shield around you, often in the form of isolation. Relationships are more than emotional bonds. They are energy exchanges. Every conversation, every touch, every moment spent with another person is an exchange of spiritual substance. For a chosen one whose very presence can shift atmospheres, this exchange is sacred. It must be guarded. Imagine trying to fill a cup with a crack in the bottom. No matter how much God pours into you, if you are connected to someone who drains your energy, you will always feel empty. That is why some relationships in your life ended so suddenly and without explanation. You may have thought it was your fault or maybe theirs, but often it was neither. God saw something you could not see, an unseen spiritual weight that person carried, an impure intention they may not even have been aware of. He removed them because their presence in your life would have compromised your mission. The chosen attract people for many reasons. Some are drawn to your light because they recognize God in you. Others are drawn because your energy feels like healing to them, even if they cannot name it. And then there are those who are sent. Yes, sent by forces opposing your purpose. Their role is to distract, discourage, or drain you. They may disguise themselves as romance, friendship, or even help. Without spiritual protection, you might not see the danger until it is too late. That is why God keeps you hidden from certain people, and why some potential connections do not even make it past the first conversation. There is also a truth many overlook. Intimacy creates soul ties. These are not just emotional memories. They are spiritual bonds that link your spirit to another person's. A soul tie with the wrong person can cloud your vision, distort your hearing when God speaks, and keep you tied to cycles you have already outgrown. God will not allow you, His chosen vessel, to be entangled in soul ties that weaken your ability to fulfill your mission. Think about your life. Can you remember moments when, in the presence of certain people, your spiritual fire seemed to dim? When your dreams became harder to recall, your prayers felt heavier, or your clarity seemed foggy? It is not coincidence, it is energy being siphoned. The enemy knows he cannot destroy you directly, so he aims to wear you out until you no longer have the strength to walk in your calling. God knows this too, and He will not allow it. Some of you have felt a strange, almost supernatural barrier when trying to date someone or pursue a relationship. Everything seemed fine on the surface, but it just would not progress. That is because God has posted angels at the gates of your destiny, and no one passes without permission. Those rejections that made you cry were actually spiritual rescues. I want you to understand that this level of protection is not something everyone experiences. It is a privilege, even if it feels like a burden. Many people are free to make their own choices in love, even if those choices harm them long term. But because you are chosen, God has reserved the right to intervene when a connection would derail your purpose. This may mean fewer options, but also higher quality for those truly sent for you. Your energy is precious because it fuels the work you are destined to do on earth. Every act of kindness, every word you speak, every prayer you pray draws from this reservoir. If you allow the wrong people constant access, you will find yourself depleted and unable to stand firm when your mission demands it. That is why God does not rush you into relationships. He is teaching you to guard your spirit and discern who deserves your energy. You have probably noticed that even in your friendships, you are sensitive to negativity, gossip, jealousy, or hidden motives. That is your spiritual radar at work. The same radar that warns you in friendships will be even more crucial in choosing a life partner. It is not just about avoiding pain, it is about preserving the anointing you carry. The anointing flows best in purity, focus, and peace. And a wrong relationship will choke all three. Chosen one, if you have experienced repeated patterns of fleeting relationships, do not see it as rejection. See it as divine protection. God has placed a spiritual firewall around you because what you carry is too precious to be contaminated. There are missions that require you to be spiritually sharp at all times, and a draining relationship would blur that edge. Sometimes God's protection even takes the form of making you invisible to certain people's eyes. You may wonder why you are not approached as often as others, or why you seem overlooked. The truth is you are not overlooked. You are hidden. Hidden from those who would mishandle your heart. Hidden from those who would pull you into cycles of drama. Hidden from those who would consume your light without ever giving anything back. So in this season, instead of resenting your singleness, honor it as a shield. Thank God for the connections that never formed, for the relationships that ended abruptly, and for the doors that closed in your face. Every no was a rescue. Every not yet was a layer of armor placed over your spirit. You may not have seen the danger, but heaven did. If this resonates with you, if you can look back now and see the patterns of divine interference that saved you from spiritual and emotional harm, type 444 in the comments now. It is your confirmation that your loneliness is not punishment. It is how God preserves the light in you, so that when He finally releases you into the arms of your kingdom partner, you will be whole, strong, and radiant. God has protected you because He knows the cost of your calling. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Your energy must be preserved. Your spirit must be guarded, and your heart must remain pure. Chosen one, this is why you have remained single for so long. Not because you are unworthy, but because you are priceless, refining your spirit and developing your character. Chosen one, God's decision to keep you single for this season is not just about protection from harm. It is also about shaping you into the vessel He needs. Every calling carries weight. And before you can carry that weight, your spirit and character must be refined. This is the part many struggle with, because refinement often feels like isolation, stretching, and sometimes even breaking. But in God's hands, breaking is never for destruction. It is to rebuild you stronger, purer, and wiser. When you are single, you have a unique advantage. You can hear God more clearly without the constant noise of a partner's needs, opinions, and energy in your space. In this silence, God begins to remove the parts of you that will not survive your next level. He exposes pride, impatience, self-doubt, and hidden wounds you may not even have known existed. A relationship could distract you from these things, but solitude forces you to face them head-on. This is the desert season, a spiritual training ground. Think of David tending sheep before becoming king, Moses in the desert before leading Israel, or even Jesus spending 40 days in the wilderness before beginning His public ministry. In each case, their time away from the crowd was not wasted. It was essential. God used that time to refine their character, sharpen their discernment, and strengthen their resolve. He is doing the same with you. Refinement also reveals the hidden treasures in your spirit. Many of your gifts are discovered in seasons where you must lean fully on God. When there is no one else to rely on emotionally, you learn to lean on Him. When you are not pouring your energy into a relationship, you have the capacity to devote it to your spiritual growth, creative callings, and personal mission. These are the seasons where the chosen learn to lead, create, serve, and build without depending on external validation. God is also teaching you emotional maturity. Relationships, especially kingdom unions, require a level of self-control and emotional balance that can only be developed through trials. In your season of singleness, you learn to manage your reactions, master your emotions, and walk in patience. Without this preparation, even the right relationship could collapse under the weight of emotional immaturity. Patience is one of the most overlooked fruits of refinement. God is teaching you to trust His timing rather than rushing to meet your own deadlines. He is showing you that delay does not mean denial. By keeping you single, He breaks the voice of the world in your head that says you must be in a couple to be complete. He builds a foundation so solid that no relationship or lack of relationship can shake your identity. There is also a purification that happens in this season. God removes unhealthy desires, mindsets, and coping mechanisms you may have carried into past relationships. He heals the parts of you scarred by heartbreak, betrayal, or disappointment. Without this healing, you would unconsciously carry old wounds into new relationships, creating cycles of pain. But through refinement, God ensures that when the time comes, you will meet your kingdom partner from a place of wholeness and not desperation or brokenness. Let us also talk about your standards in this season. God is raising them, not in a prideful way, but in a way that aligns with your worth and calling. When you know who you are and what you carry, you stop accepting less than what God has ordained for you. You no longer tolerate disrespect, spiritual apathy, or lukewarm love. You begin to recognize the difference between someone who is merely interested in you and someone who is truly assigned to your destiny. Refinement also shapes your humility. God removes the parts of you that could abuse the blessings He has for you. Power, influence, and love can all be corrupted if your character is not strong enough to handle them. By keeping you single, God ensures that when He gives you a partner, greater influence, or a wider platform, you will remain grounded and led by His Spirit and not by ego or emotion. In this process, you may feel tension between your desire for companionship and the awareness that God is still working on you. This tension is the sign you are in the fire of refinement. The fire is uncomfortable. It burns away what does not belong. It demands surrender. But the result is gold, pure, strong, and unshakable. That is what God is making of you in this season. Chosen one, I know it can be hard when you look around and see others meeting, marrying, and building lives together while you remain in your season of singleness. But understand this, their process is not yours. Your preparation is different because your calling is different. The greater the mission, the deeper the refinement. God cannot afford to send you out too soon. He has invested too much in you to let you collapse under the weight of a mission you were not fully prepared for. One day, you will thank God for this time. You will look back and see how much you grew in wisdom, how your faith strengthened, and how your vision clarified through your solitude. You will realize that the version of you who started this season could not have handled the blessings God is about to release. So embrace this refinement process. Let God work on you fully. Lean into the lessons He is teaching you. Use this time to deepen your relationship with Him, master your gifts, and become the person capable of not only attracting, but sustaining a God-ordained healthy relationship. Your singleness is not a pause in your story. It is the chapter where God transforms you into someone unstoppable in purpose, unshakable in faith, and unbreakable in spirit. And when He decides you are ready, your character will be so refined, your spirit so strong that the blessings He places in your life will only multiply and never be lost. Chosen one, this is the beauty and necessity of this refinement season. It is not here to harm you. It is here to prepare you for everything you have prayed for and more. Number 3, breaking generational cycles, chosen ones. Another reason God has kept you single for so long is that you are the one to break generational cycles in your lineage. You are not just living your own story. You are rewriting a story that has been passed down for decades, maybe even centuries. The patterns you have seen in your family around relationships, marriage, loyalty, trust, and even love are not all accidental. Some of them have spiritual roots and repeat because no one before you had the knowledge, the strength, or the anointing to stop them. But you do. For some of you, you have seen cycles of broken marriages, infidelity, toxic partnerships, single parenting without support, financial instability in relationships, or emotional abuse normalized. These patterns have a spiritual root, and if left unaddressed, they pass to the next generation like an invisible inheritance. The enemy knows that if he can keep these cycles alive in your family, he can weaken the foundations of future generations. But God has chosen you to be the interruption. That is why you cannot rush into just any relationship. God has used this time of singleness to open your eyes to what is really happening. You are learning to identify dysfunction, to stop it at the root. You have probably noticed that you cannot tolerate certain behaviors or compromises that others in your family ignored. It is not just personal preference, it is the Spirit of God in you refusing to repeat history. Being single in this season gives you the clarity and space to heal from wounds you did not even cause. You are facing pain that may have started before you were born. You are forgiving offenses you did not personally experience but still carry in your spirit because of the environment you grew up in. This healing work requires focus and cannot be rushed or done halfway. God must close every door to the old cycle before you can open the door to the new. Some of you may have even wondered why you could not connect deeply with certain people who interested you, even though they seemed fine. The truth is God saw seeds in them that could turn into the very cycles He is calling you to break. Even if you did not see it at first, He knew attaching to that person could pull you back into patterns He is delivering you from. It is divine prevention. Understand this. Breaking a generational cycle is not just about finding the right partner. It is about becoming the right person. So when God unites you with your kingdom spouse, your relationship will become a new starting point for generations to come. Your children will not grow up seeing dysfunction as normal. Your family will have a new spiritual foundation rooted in peace, honor, and covenant love. This is the mission God is protecting. This process also requires you to unlearn the unhealthy relationship models you were shown. Maybe you were taught to accept mistreatment because love means sacrifice. Maybe you saw manipulation disguised as romance. Maybe you saw people settling for less because they were afraid of being alone. All these mindsets must be replaced with God's truth, and that happens best in seasons where He has your full attention. Chosen one, I know this work can feel lonely. You might even wonder if it is worth it, but I want you to remember something. You carry the freedom of those who will come after you. Your obedience now will become their inheritance later. The holy love you model will be the standard your children and their children carry. The boundaries you set will protect them from falling into cycles of abuse, dishonor, or spiritual compromise. This is also why the warfare around your love life has been so intense. The enemy does not want you to succeed here because he knows that once the cycle is broken, the chain is severed forever. But God's protection over you is stronger than any plan against you. Every delay, every rejection, every breakup that felt devastating was working for your deliverance. You are not behind. You are ahead because you are stopping what held your family back for generations. And when the time comes, your love story will not just be a blessing for you. It will be a testimony that God can redeem and restore what has been broken for so long. So in this season, keep letting God work on you. Keep studying His Word. Keep healing. Keep breaking every lie you were taught about love and relationships. Refuse to settle for anything that resembles the old cycle and trust that when your time comes, you will enter a relationship not as a carrier of generational pain, but as a vessel of generational blessing. Chosen one, God has kept you single for so long because the foundation He is building through you will last. And that foundation will be so solid that not only you but every life connected to you can stand on it for generations to come. Number 4. Mission that requires solitude. Chosen one of the biggest misunderstandings people have about your life is why you seem to spend so much time alone. They assume you are isolated because you cannot find the right person or because you are too picky. But the truth is far deeper. God has placed specific missions in your life that can only be accomplished in solitude. Your season of singleness is not a void in your story. It is the exact environment required for the work He has called you to do right now. Some missions are so delicate, so sacred that they cannot be done in the noise of constant companionship. They require quiet, focus, and the absence of unnecessary voices in your ear. God knows that when you are in a relationship, your attention is divided, and for this particular chapter of your life, your attention must be fully on Him. It is not deprivation, it is concentration. Think about how many great movements in history began in solitude. Prophets received visions in the wilderness. Leaders discovered strategy in hidden places. Writers, thinkers, and inventors all know there is a depth of creativity and revelation that only comes when you are alone with your thoughts and with God. Right now, He has placed you in that same kind of season. You may not yet understand all the missions you carry. Some will reveal themselves gradually, others you are already aware of. A ministry to build, a message to share, a creative work to complete, a business or a kingdom impact mission. If you had a partner now, especially one not aligned with your calling, they could unintentionally pull you away from fulfilling these missions on time. God's missions are time-sensitive. They are not random ideas. They are divine instructions meant to be carried out within a specific window. If you miss that window because you were distracted or drained, the ripple effect could impact not only your life, but the lives your mission was meant to touch. That is why He guards this season for you so fiercely. Solitude also teaches you to hear God without interference. When you are constantly surrounded by people, it is easy for their voices, opinions, and even fears to mix with what you think God is saying. In the quiet, you learn the difference between His voice and all others. You learn how He speaks to you personally. This sensitivity will be crucial in your next season, especially when you walk with a partner and make decisions that impact you both. Some of you carry missions that require intense spiritual preparation, fasting, prayer, study, and obedience at levels you have never known before. These disciplines are much harder to maintain when your attention is split between answering God's call and nurturing a relationship. You may also find that your current missions require flexibility and mobility that a relationship could complicate. He may need you to move suddenly, travel for His purposes, or devote long hours to building something new. These moves often do not make sense to others, but are essential steps in fulfilling your destiny. In solitude, you can move quickly without having to explain or compromise. It is not that God never intends to give you companionship. It is that He knows the order of your preparation. Some missions must be completed before you enter into covenant with your kingdom partner, so that when they arrive, you are both free to step into the next season together without unfinished business hanging over your heads. Your solitude is also where God sharpens your reliance on Him. Without a partner to lean on emotionally, financially, or mentally, you learn to depend on Him for every need. You learn that He is your provider, comforter, guide. This spiritual independence will keep you strong when challenges arise in your future relationship. You will not lean on your partner like a crutch. You will stand beside them in strength. For some of you, this solitude is not just for you. It is also for the person you will meet one day. God is working on them too, preparing them for the weight of their own missions. If you came together too early, the pull of your separate callings could tear you apart before you were ready to walk in unity. This time apart allows you both to finish the personal missions God gave you before uniting for shared missions. I know this truth can be hard to accept, especially when your heart longs for companionship, but you must see it for what it is. A sacred partnership between you and God in which He entrusts you with tasks that will have eternal impact. You are in a season of divine work, and relationships will come when the work requiring your full solitude is complete. When you look back, you will see that the projects, messages, creations, and ministries born in this time were only possible because you had the space to think, pray, and act without distraction. You will thank God for the clarity, protection, and even the quiet nights that felt lonely, because they were the very soil in which your destiny took root and began to grow. Chosen one, honor this season. Do not fight it, and do not waste it wishing it away. The solitude you are in now is not an empty space. It is a sacred mission in itself. And when that work is done, you will step into your next chapter knowing you were faithful to the mission God placed in your hands. It is then that you will be ready for the union He has planned for you. A union built not on distraction or compromise, but on two whole individuals coming together to fulfill a greater calling. Number 5, divine timing is the partner prepared for you. Chosen one of the greatest truths you must anchor in your heart is that God's timing is not yours. And yet His timing is perfect. If He has kept you single for so long, it is not because He forgot you, but because you and your future partner are being prepared for something greater than the relationship itself. Kingdom unions are not built in haste. They are crafted with precision, aligned not only in love but in purpose and established in the fullness of God's timing. It is easy to feel impatient, especially when your heart is ready and your spirit longs for that companionship. You can look around and see others meeting, marrying, and building families while you remain in what feels like an endless season of waiting. But chosen one, God is not late. He is synchronizing your life and your partners so that when you meet, every piece is in place. That means He is working behind the scenes on things you cannot yet see. Your future partner is not just a random person. They are someone with a destiny that will align with yours like two rivers merging into one. This kind of connection requires that you both be spiritually mature, emotionally healed, and fully equipped for the missions you will carry together. If either of you enters the union too early, the weight of the calling could become a burden instead of a blessing. That is why God's delay is actually His mercy. Consider how many people meet the right person at the wrong time. Without preparation, the relationship struggles to survive. And what could have been a kingdom partnership becomes a story of heartbreak. God is making sure that does not happen to you. He is ensuring that when you meet, it is not just a spark. It will be a sustained fire that burns through challenges and lasts through life seasons. This preparation is twofold. While God shapes your heart, strengthens your spirit, and refines your character, He is doing the same for your future partner. They may be learning lessons right now that will enable them to love you in a way no one else could. They could be in their own desert season, shedding the weight of past wounds, developing patience, and aligning their life with God's design. When the time comes, the meeting will not feel forced. There will be a peace and certainty that surpasses every connection you have had before. You will not have to beg God for signs because everything in the timing and alignment will confirm itself. Conversations will flow, your spirits will resonate, and your purposes will intertwine naturally. That is the beauty of divine timing. It removes the struggle. I want you to understand something important here. You are not waiting for a person, you are waiting for a season. Seasons are ordered by God, and no matter how much you try to rush them, they will not arrive early. Just as fruit ripens in its time, so does a kingdom union. If you try to pick it before it is ready, it will not have the sweetness it is meant to carry. There is also protection in God's timing. While you wait, He protects you from counterfeits, people who look like the answer but are sent to distract or derail you. That is why in this season, you must stay close to Him. If you venture into relationships He has not ordained, you risk emotional detours that delay your meeting with the one He has prepared for you. In your season of singleness, ask God to prepare your heart for the kind of love He wants to give you. Pray for your future partner, not just for their safety and well-being, but for their spiritual growth and obedience to God's plan. It is not a wasted prayer. In fact, it strengthens the spiritual bond between you before you even meet. When divine timing arrives, you will feel that everything that happened before led to this moment. You will understand why some relationships did not work, why some people left, and why God seemed silent during seasons of solitude. Every unanswered prayer will make sense. Every tear you shed will find its reason. You will realize that God was not making you wait to punish you. He was making you wait to perfect the blessing. Some of you may be closer to this moment than you think. Signs that your season is shifting can include sudden clarity about your own purpose, an increase in peace about your singleness, doors opening effortlessly in your life that align with your calling, and even dreams or visions confirming what is coming. When these signs appear, do not rush, but pay attention. God often gives hints before the full revelation. And here is the beauty of it, chosen one. When the right person comes at God's time, you will not have to lose yourself to keep them. You will not have to compromise your values, mute your calling, or dim your light. They will see you, value you, and walk beside you as an equal partner in the kingdom. Your love will not just be about the two of you. It will be a testimony that glorifies God. So hold on, keep building, keep growing, keep walking in your purpose. God is not just preparing this person for you. He is preparing you for the kind of love you have never known before. A love that is patient, unshakable, purpose-driven, and heaven-protected. Chosen one, when that moment comes, you will not have to wonder, is this it? Every part of you, spirit, body, and soul, will know, and you will be grateful for every day of waiting because it will have been worth it. The partner God has for you is not just someone to share life with. It is someone to share a destiny with. And that, my dear chosen one, is always worth the wait. Final point, your time is coming. Chosen one, you have journeyed with me through this message, and now you can see it clearly. Your singleness was never about rejection or delay. It was divine strategy. Every closed door, every ended relationship, every season of solitude was God building you, protecting you, and positioning you for something far greater than you could imagine at the time. It is not just about romance, it is about destiny. God has written a story where every chapter, even those filled with solitude and questions, has purpose. He has refined your spirit, preserved your energy, healed generational wounds, and prepared you for missions that require your full attention. He has shaped you to become someone who will not only enter a relationship, but be able to sustain it, nurture it, and use it as a vessel for His glory. I want you to feel the weight of this truth. You are not behind. You are exactly where God needs you to be in this season. The enemy wants you to believe you are missing out, that life is passing you by, but in reality, you are ahead because you are allowing God to build your foundation before your house. Many rush into love without this foundation and pay the price later. You, however, are letting the master builder prepare you so that when your union comes, it will stand the test of time. A prophetic shift is coming in your life. For some of you, this message is your confirmation that your season of waiting is nearing its end. You will begin to notice divine alignments, doors opening effortlessly, and a sense of readiness rising in your spirit. You will know it is time, not because of desperation or pressure, but because of peace. For others, God is letting you know He still has work to do in you before sending your partner. And that is not something to fear or resent. It is something to embrace. The more you let Him work, the fuller His blessing will be. Hear me clearly. The partner God is preparing for you is not just someone to love you. It is someone to walk with you in purpose. They will understand your calling, respect your boundaries, honor your spirit, and cherish your presence. They will not be intimidated by your light, but will protect and nurture it. And together, you will be a living testimony of what God can do when two people submit their relationship to Him. Until that day, I urge you not to waste your season of singleness. Steward it with intention. Guard your heart, grow your gifts. Deepen your walk with God and build the life He has placed in your heart. When your partner arrives, they will find you already living in your purpose and not waiting for them to unlock it. That is the kind of union God blesses. Chosen one, your patience is not in vain. Every day you choose obedience over compromise. Every time you trust God instead of rushing, you are sowing seeds for your future, and the harvest will be worth every tear, every lonely night, every unanswered question. God's promise is sure, and His timing is impeccable. So here is my call to you now. Hold on, refuse to settle for less than what God has promised you. Keep your eyes fixed on Him, not on the calendar, not on comparisons, and not on the pressure of others' opinions. Your story is unique, and it will unfold in a way that brings glory to God and joy to your heart. If this message has been your confirmation, I want you to declare it in the comments now. Type 777 as a prophetic act, agreeing that you are in alignment with God's plan for your life. Let heaven and earth see that you trust His hand in this season. And in doing so, know that I stand in faith with you for the fulfillment of every promise He has made concerning your life and relationships. Before I close, I want to leave you with this blessing. May the Lord continue to guard your heart, sharpen your discernment, and fill your spirit with peace. May He strengthen you to walk confidently in this season, knowing you are chosen, loved, and protected. May your waiting be filled with purpose, your solitude rich with revelation, and your heart ready when your appointed time arrives. And when it does, may your union shine so brightly that it draws others closer to Him. Chosen one, this is your time to prepare, grow, trust, and hope. Your story is not on pause. It is unfolding exactly as it should. God holds you in His hands, and He will not let you fall. If this message spoke to your heart, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so you never miss what God is saying, and share this with another chosen one who needs this reminder today. You never know what life could be changed simply because you shared the word. Now go forward boldly, knowing you are not waiting in vain.